everybody to week number 8. Dang it. Every time I forget, it will never get old. We have a lot of great matchups today that could shake up a lot. Now, pick out your favorite matchup. I know mine is coming in at that 6th spot. I'm also excited for that 4th spot as well. I think there are a lot of what could be considered upsets that, well, we are kind of expecting in a sense. And this is one of those games. I think the Titans could definitely take it to the Steelers here. Do I think they will? Obviously not. But it wouldn't surprise me if they did. Oh my goodness, this one's a rainy one too. Cole Holcomb. Wow, he gets the shout out instead of TJ Watt, who is playing his mind out. I don't know about you, but I'm more scared of TJ Watt than I am anybody else. Axel, if you would like to ping for me, that would be great. Because I have no Wi-Fi in this room. Alright. We do the customary unplug literally everything. I want to watch, and I'm doing rosters. Well, can't you do both? Like, on my iPad, there's this thing called split view, which is what I do. I mean, I can ping, it takes forever to send anything because I get, like, no service in this room. Alright, so our first game, we have the Titans up 7 already, and it's frozen. Alright, we should be good now. If not, that's perfectly fine. Steelers tie it up and take the lead. They're trying to catch the Broncos for the 1 seed. Russell Wilson trying to get some revenge here. And they will do that with a gigantic win on the Titans. Do I have to say now? I guess you could do it how I did it. I guess it's not really that important. But dang, Russ with a pretty good game. But Samaje Perine also pretty good. Nick Chubb, well, no, Perine was awful. Nick Chubb and Tannehill ran great. Russell Wilson, they were just able to get everything going. What's the fit? This is what I call the lazy, where I just don't really care. Or I guess it could be the ghost. It could work like that. I just don't care today. Russell Wilson gets an upgrade. And the Steelers will move up to 7-1. Looking to play the Packers and then the Browns. Packers are winnable. Browns would definitely put up a fight. So I look forward to that one in the future. But now we're headed to Kansas City, where we thought that this was going to be like the number 1 versus the number 2 seed. We were wrong. These teams both suck right now. Dang, Holcomb, 12 solo tackles. That's crazy. Axel, that was a failure. I saw that. This is not Tyreek Hill revenge games, since Tyreek Hill was traded. But here we go. 6-0 Chiefs up. Dolphins have announced their tank, but have been undefeated since they announced the tank. And they were not able to get in the red zone there. 15-3, weird score. 15-6 now. 18-6. And, well, uh-oh. Tommy Townsend is for some reason kicking for the Chiefs. And here we go, Tua. With Jalen Waddle as wide receiver number 1. They will try to go the length of the field, and that will be incomplete. Tua, not a bad day today. I'd love a Dolphins win right now. Tua throwing across the middle, and he dropped it. It hit him in his hands, and he dropped it. It reminds me of Jorge on the football field. Also, I don't think I ever told you, great catch. Jorge, great catch yesterday for the touchdown.
Oh, thanks.
That was an awful pass.
It's a good thing you threw it low because I
Yeah.
kind of just ended up going there.
Yeah,
but
nobody
then
was there.
The second time that happened, I was too low, and then it went
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, it was very low. 4th and 10 though. Tua. He's out of bounds. Well, I was just like, no way he scraped that up. I was like expecting it to like scuff the ground or something, but no, it was clean.
No butterfingers for me.
Speaking of no butterfingers, the Chiefs will kick a field goal, and that will end the game. Yeah, the Dolphins don't really have that red zone threat, but Mahomes didn't even play good either. This was a Pacheco game. A-Chain did not do well either. There was just no offense that game. Like field goals, but that was it. George Kalafdis. So Chiefs on a nice little win streak, back up to 4-5. Not out of the playoffs yet. Alright, and we will head to the Falcons. Ooh. Falcons lost last week in a close one to the Titans. KJ Hamler gets an upgrade here. And they will host the Vikings. The Falcons, 3rd spot at 4-4 in their division. Their division is super comped for some reason. And the Vikings are looking competent now. Granted, like a 2-win team, I think. Yeah, a 2-win team, but with how close the NFC is, I could see... No, we're not going slow mode already. I could see the Vikings surfacing and maybe winning their division. They're only 2 games back from the 4th spot. But here we are, Falcons up 14-0. A loss here would be detrimental. But the Vikings get 7, and they're down 21, and they threw a pick, and they scored again. And the onside was recovered by the Falcons. But the Vikings still have 2 timeouts, and the clock is not running, and they are on a 14-0 streak. Here's the handoff, and Cordero Patterson will end the game. Unfortunate, but Marco able to get a win. You never heard of the word detrimental? It's a pretty good word. Speaking of detrimental, Bijan's handoffs. 3 for 18 for 6 yards. You got to give it to him more. Desmond Ridder had more run attempts. Woo! AJ Terrell, I think, did have a pick that game. Yeah, the Vikings don't throw that pick. They might be able to come back and win that one. Vikings have 2-7. We got a wrecked Andre game. That was the wrong team. who is also playing Andre's past team. And they got a breakout quarterback. Big Joe Burrow. Alright, what's his name? Stefanski. I'm trying to look at the coaches instead of the team just because I don't know. Well, the Cardinals. Browns got blown out last week. Look to have a rebound game against a Cardinals team who should not be good, with Zach Ertz being their second best player. Don't feel like my commentary is that hilarious. Alrighty. Browns up 3, now 7-3, and a red zone stop for the Cardinals, but that's a gigantic run for the Browns. And another red zone stop, 19-14, 26-14. Cardinals have a shot here. Najee, can they hold him? They do. 4th and 7. They go for it? No, they punted. Pretty awful punt, to say the least. Thought about making this one a prime time, but the Cardinals kind of fell out. This is a pretty good win for both of these teams. I wouldn't say it's a must-win for either, but the Browns trying to not be last place in their division. And there's James Conner getting 9. Yeah, the reason to stop was 2-minute warning. Kyler finding him. Wow. Zach Pascal on the catch. Browns do have momentum. I wouldn't say they will if they score here. And there's another throw. 2nd and 3 from the 29. Murray scrambling, stepping up, finding a 6 who makes a man miss. Not going to be able to get out of bounds. Cardinals still have 2 timeouts left from the 19. Kyler. He's going to take it up the middle himself. And he's going to be slammed at the 1. This is Amari Cooper's revenge game. You see him down, lined up, 88 left side. And that is a touchdown. Zach Pascal. And now they will go for a 2-point conversion. We could see a fade left side. Cardinals, huge comeback here. And no, it's an in slant that was dropped. Kyler Murray. Almost, I want to say perfect game. 4 touchdowns. And it doesn't look like he's thrown any picks. Alright, Deshaun. Got 33. I don't know why the Cardinals are good. It literally makes no sense. Welcome.
So much stuff to do.
There's nothing. There's just Madden. Browns up to the 40.
Why is it so hot?
It's ridiculous.
Do I know? Is
Yeah.
that okay?
Yeah, it is open.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
You should,
ridiculous.
Dude,
Move the
the
curtains.
other
and stuff.
in Nathan, the other room is so much worse.
It's awful.
Well, you know, I mean, I didn't need an engineering class to teach me this. If you open the window, air can move past the curtains. You know what I'm saying? If you open the curtains.
They're actually pretty thin curtains, but I also had that for camera angle. But
Will you stream?
yeah,
Okay, well, I'm still opening it.
guess we're just blinding my viewers today.
Dude. Better than me.
Fair enough. Deshaun, what are you doing? That's one way to lose a game. Let's go check Kyler Murray's stats. Oh yes, perfect. Oh my goodness, Najee. Awful way to go. Round shot to 4 and 4.
What are you doing?
Started just to watch until lunch.
You're watching a movie? How do you guys have time for these things?
Well, I didn't want to start on stats. Even though it would take forever.
Well,
And I
that's
already
fair.
have later the rest of the day. to do it.
College is the time where you have plenty of time for everything.
And I already finished my accounting.
It's amazing.
Well, you're engineering, Nathan.
You're
He's
engineering.
math. He should
That's
have plenty to
different.
do. Although Ethan has always never had anything to do. I don't know why that is.
Because it's time management skills. How much do you sleep at night?
Maybe too much. I get like a good 7.5 hours.
Well, that's what I get. I get about
the one
7.
that saved like what 27 papers.
Yeah. You're right. 20. If you leave yourself minimal amount of time to do it, you will get it done in that minimal amount of time. I wrote 20
No,
papers in a week.
You wrote 20 papers in 1 week.
Yeah.
Like,
It was 20. No, 26 one-page papers in a week.
Yeah, I come back from
26 papers.
I like
On
come back
what?
and he's like, oh yeah, I
It was
wrote
just
like 12 papers
journaling
today."
papers. Why are the Rams at 31 to 3 and a half?
26 papers? Holy cow.
Yeah, it's easy. Okay, the Rams.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I study.
I
and
don't.
Then he's over here streaming, and he's streaming, and he's I'm like, what am I doing wrong in life?
Jeepers, Matt Stafford. Ooh. That was a little confusing. There's no reason the Rams should have won by that margin of victory. But yeah, the Rams might want to do something.
Wake up.
That is the reason you are so slow, is because of your typing.
No, I was trying to wake up my computer.
It's like, if you're typing like that, your accuracy must not be good.
Also, I never write papers. It's all like
Chat GPT?
no, like I don't have any assignments for papers. I had one, and that was that English assignment that I had to write. But that's the first paper.
And then you're just free writing it. That's where your time's going.
No, it's mostly like math and statics.
Statics?
Statics.
Statistics?
No, it's statics.
Alright.
Everyone asks this. I should just stop saying I'm taking this class. Yeah, it's statistics. Why is it so hard? I don't know. It wasn't that hard for me because it's not statistics. It's statics.
It's basically about the same thing.
It's not. Here.
Alright, I need to take a look at this.
All out of statics.
Yeah, this is pretty much statistics.
It's not even
It's
close.
statistics with derivatives.
It's a different
and
science.
integrals.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at this side?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Actually, some of that was no.
Yeah.
This was calc. This was statics.
So you just, okay, so just this.
Just that is statics. This is
Okay, so
calc.
basically you're just calculating what has pull.
Yeah. In general.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to solve this.
What am I solving? What's the question?
He's gonna solve my homework. So
No,
like,
it's not a beanbag, but it's kind of like a beanbag.
you have. Well, so that was
Yeah,
trusses.
so this is just a triangle where you're calculating what the weight is, I guess, of what these are, and what their pull is. So
No.
your FABT would be, where's your F?
So okay, so first, so you have. This is a roller and this is a pin, and so it's got no moment around either of these.
Oh, so you're doing motors.
No,
and
it's
stuff
got,
like that.
No.
So then it's not statistics. It
It's
has
nowhere-
an elementary.
It's nowhere close to statistics.
Yeah.
No, okay, so this has got force in the x and the y direction. It's only got a force in the x direction. These are reaction forces. If P is 30 pounds, and then
You push down. It's going 30 pounds. Then what is the load on like AD?
And these
Actually,
are
we're
both
looking for AB.
So yeah, you're just looking at distance and stuff. Yeah, that shouldn't take you that long.
Okay, I'll let you solve my next homework problem.
I think you got this. Okay, so I got blown out. Oh dang it, I clicked the wrong button. See, this is what happens when you distract me.
Sorry.
Dang, Sam Howell's looked awful. Hey, we scored. They scored. But we scored again. We only lost by 10. Yikes, Sammy boy. Sam Howell really brought that back. Mac Jones. Who would have thought he'd be a competent quarterback? Dang it, the Patriots are good. Backup quarterback is an upgrade. You'd love to see that for the Saints. We'll take on the Bears. We got an elite vibes matchup. Yeah, this is basically what I'm sitting on, Axel. If you really care that much. Also, I can guarantee you it is way busier there on a game day. Alright. No scores in the first half. Bears up 7. And Saints now tied up late in the third. Ooh, the pick. That might have been the game right there. It was. Clutch interception. Justin threw the game-losing pick as the defense was just there. Pete Werner. The ripoff of Fred. Alright, first prime time. You love to see it, but you hate to see the Saints only scoring 10. That's what happens when your offense... Well, the defense sucks too. What's up, Star-Lord? Alright, Frosty versus ESJ. Alright. Here we go. Ravens first on the board. CJ Stroud, you got to get some points on the board at some point today. And he does not look to do that. As CJ kind of getting blown out here. Score's not going to reflect it. But the Ravens didn't even have to move the ball on offense, but Brock Purdy with Josh Jacobs. That might be the craziest stat line we have ever seen from a running back, ever. Oh my goodness, Josh. That is crazy. Yeah, you better get an upgrade after that one. Alright, now what I picked to be game of the week. Five and 2 versus 5 and 2. Is it Geno Smith versus Baker Mayfield? Not really a primetime I'm excited to see, but there's 2 field goals for the Bucks and a touchdown missed kick for the Texans. Tie game, 6-13. They finally made the kick now. 10-point game, and this game's over. Hey, we want one we can hop into. Dang, both quarterbacks, very similar stats. Yep, that was game of the week. Jorge, I just got promoted. Don't really know what that means. But like, I'm now labeled as head ref because we're eliminated. Alright. Ooh, Kirk Cousins, the new top quarterback. Because the Eagles haven't played yet. And Josh Jacobs is scary. He might have over 2,000 yards this season. It would not surprise me. Alright, we got Colts at Panthers. This is game of the week, you said? No, this game is not game of the week. Colts up 7. Fumble recovery. Could have been close. Dante with the pick. And that's a 3-point game. And 4-point game. This one we might actually hop into. Nope. It was so close. Panthers get a win over Anthony Richardson. Bryce, this is the game you want to see from your rookie quarterback. Miles Sanders helped a lot. Jonathan Taylor sucked. Oh, fair enough, Axel. It was not. I thought it was going to be. But it didn't turn out that way. But the Panthers, sitting at 4-4, have a winnable game for their next two. Well, easily winnable against the Bears, but then a competitive game against the Cowboys. Depending on if the Cowboys can pull off a win in their next game. Alright, Raiders after the game of the year last game. Let's see what they can get there in this one. Like, the Lions were looking, like, both those teams were looking bad, but the competitiveness between those two teams is a rivalry I think we will see. If the Raiders can actually put something together by the end of the season. I don't know if they can. But it'd be fun to see. Giants up 7. 7s. 7-14. 14-14. And 21-14 at the half. Raiders could not double up. And Giants get on the board. And the Giants on a 3rd and 17. It's a huge play. They were throwing hands with the Lions. Yep, they were. Daniel. And he's going to be sacked again for a 4th and 30. Might as well mark it 4th and a mile. Let's hope some of the Raiders player took a Xanax because they were heated. Well, the Raiders players took all that anger out on Danny Dimes right there as he had nowhere to go. And they're going to go for it. Just do not get sacked again, Daniel Jones. Your O-line is awful. And you're running, throwing out of the way because you got scared of Chandler Jones. Alright, Giants defense could get a stop. Jimmy G throwing, caught, tackled. That'll be the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 5, and they get it. Raiders doing the impossible. They're supposed to be tanking. You traded Devontae and Josh Jacobs. And Jacoby Myers is just looking like a wide receiver 1. Alright, Eagles gonna try to go 8-1 before their bye week. Then they go play the Chiefs, which aren't good now, which sucks. Alright, here we go. Cowboys get the ball first and score first, and whoa. Don't know what that was. But it was I think a pick, and then A.J. Brown just scored. I don't really know what happened there. I tried to pause, it didn't work. And that is a 14-10 game going into halftime, 14-7. Eagles now 24-14. And a fumble leading to a field goal. And yeah, I believe this game is over. They get the 4th down conversion. The Cowboys got to score quick with no timeouts. And they do not. Cowboys. Trevor Lawrence with the 2 picks. Pollard could not run the ball. Isaiah Rodgers. Eagles, I would say they probably were a 10-point favorite going into that game. Cowboys kept it close until it wasn't. The Eagles now 8-1 going into the bye. But this was my other almost primetime game. If the Bengals were top in their division, I might give it to them, but they're third. But the Bengals have a hard 3 next games. They're sitting at 5-2 and could easily be 8-5. Not 8-5. 5-5 after these next 3 games against the Bills, the Texans, and the Ravens. All 3 could be division leaders by the time we get there. Star-Lord, I have no idea what that means. Here we go, we got Sunday night prime time. The revenge game of Damar Hamlin. Bills strike first in the second. And that is all the score that is going to be done. And now 10-0. We could have a shutout here. And we just might. Because they go for it 10-0. Joe, what is going on? Defenses. Those TFLs. Bengals with a 0. I don't think we've ever seen a 10-0 score. And the Bengals just lose another one. Jets. It's different. The uniform is different. Yeah, they wear different uniforms. Alright. Chargers at Jets. 4-3 versus 3-4. Both mid-tier teams. Looking to maybe sneak in at that 7 spot. Monday night, prime time. I wouldn't have given this team prime time, but here we are. 7-0, 14-0, 21-0. Aaron Rodgers don't get shut out 28-0. 35-0 ain't much better. Holy crap. Aaron Rodgers. Maybe you do need to go start benching for Zach Wilson. Weren't even like too many sacks. Chargers defense just boxed the Jets. He had 2 straight shutouts. Yeah. Really can't feel bad for your team. I'm glad I was on a bye week this week. Alright. Well, there you go. Dang it, Derwin James got another pick. And now my week of peace is over. Alright, let's go force advance to next week. This might be game of the week right here. Alright. Ooh, and it's Monday night. You'll love to see it. So games to watch out for next week are Texans Bengals, Browns Ravens, Falcons Cardinals, Lions Chargers, Broncos Bills. Yeah, there really weren't a whole lot of shockers. I mean, there was a few, obviously, but nothing crazy. Let's go take a look at the AFC, now led by the Steelers, followed by the Broncos, Ravens, and Bills. And then the bottom feeders here are just the Dolphins. In the NFC, we got the Eagles up top, followed by the Saints and Bucks and Cardinals, all which are in the same division. Or no, I don't know. Pretty much all of these are in the same division in my book. And the bottom feeders are the Bears, the Commanders, the Vikings, and the Rams, and the Packers. Everything else is pretty close. That Broncos-Bills matchup's got me scared. But then I got a hopefully free win against the Vikings. Woo! That'll be fun. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys all in week 9 tomorrow. No, week 10 tomorrow. I'm off a week. I just realized that now.